Hi, this is Rinda, and today I wanted to talk to myself basically, but I hope somebody can also benefit from it. Now, I was doing this thing today where I was reading newspaper, which is very common practice if you're a journalism student, and if you're not doing that, sorry for you. I feel very sorry for you. But today we had a class of a very renowned journalist, and he threw questions at us. And I obviously didn't know most of them because, me being me, I read things, I know what's happening in the world, but I don't know what's exactly happening in the world. So even he pointed out that this girl has the answer, but she does not know anything beyond it. So it's like, who's the SEBI chief? And I'm Mr. Booch. Who Booch? Who Booch? Who? What? What is the full name? Who's the SEBI chief? And I just forgot. I just could not remember Madhvi, whatever. And I was like, what is the actual problem? Because this is just an example. For example, we were talking about Mr. Prashant Bhushan and how he was asked to pay 1 rupee as a what do we call it, penalty or whatever, for contempt of court. And then I knew the exact case. Why did that happen? Because he said something. Now this was my answer to him. So he said something about some judge, some Supreme Court judge, because he had posted something on Twitter with a very expensive bike. I didn't even remember the name of the bike. And then this is exactly how my whole discussion went, because whatever he asked, I knew something about it, but I didn't know anything about it. So it feels very bad and it feels very sad that I don't know stuff. So I really wanted to ask myself, what is the problem, girl? Why can't you just read and understand and just be well read? Well, the road is not simple. I don't know what to read. For example, I really want to be, let's say, very literate with geopolitical issues. I want to know how the world operates, how countries talk to each other, what is the protocol, and we are allies of whom, we are in opposition. Now we know basic stuff. Everybody knows that China, bad, USA, okay, whatever, Russia, good. We know everything. What's happening with India and other countries, but we don't know the depth of it. We don't know the history. Everybody does not know the history. Everybody does not know what's going behind every decision that is taken geopolitically. And I really want to be well read in that. Now I don't know where to start. Now there are two things in this current era: books or videos. Third thing also, I mean, I can talk to people and find out, but that is not a very introvert way of going about it. So I only have two options: books or videos. Now when I go to a book, now what is a book? A book is a record written by somebody who has been learning about it since time immemorial, and now they have so much information that they want to give in this 200 pages. And how am I, who is a novice, so to say, in this case scenario, supposed to understand anything written in the book? I mean, of course we can and people do, but I don't. I'm not that person. It's like on the first page itself, I have 3 to 4 terms to Google. I have 5 to 6 people to Google. I have 5 to 6 countries to Google of what is this person saying. And then that book becomes very discouraging. It feels like I already didn't know anything. Now I don't know even more than what I used to think I don't know. I hope that makes sense. So the other option is to go to a YouTube video, which is much easier because it feels like you're talking to someone and somebody's talking to you. It's more entertaining. It can keep you hooked. And for me, I feel like I'm a very visual person. I need images, I need pictures, so it's much better for me. But then again, if today I saw a video on evolution, tomorrow I would not remember anything at all. And I know that how memory works. I've seen many neuroscience podcasts as well, and I know that there has to be either some emotion attached to it or repetition, or all that stuff, all that jazz. I know all that. But then again, what do you expect me to do? I watched that video on evolution. I want to know those things, but then I cannot repeat that all the time. I don't have any emotions connected to Neanderthals. What am I supposed to do in that case? So I sometimes feel like these videos are a waste of time. But They're not. And honestly, I have found out that in order to stay motivated, in order to stay, on that learning wheel, you need to be curious, obviously. I mean, that is like the number one requirement. That is literally a prerequisite. That is not even a requirement, it's a prerequisite. Curiosity. And the second thing is to be rewarded. Now, obviously, you would not be called on stage in your school or a university for reading one book in a week. But what kind of reward am I talking about? I'm talking about the reward that you give to yourself. I'm not talking about any chocolates or cakes. I'm talking about bhoog lag gayi. But anyways, I'm talking about the the idea of you doing something with your life, even though that is not something that you should think about. I mean, if I have to talk in the language of Jung, it is kind of like an external, what do we call it? Potential. I'm talking about internal potential thing, persona. So when you make that powerful enough, when you read a book, you feel good about yourself. When you read something about something, you feel good about yourself. That okay, I learned something today. I'm a better person than tomorrow. I'm going 1% better, atomic habits concept. And that's good. That's a good way to start. And when you start, you have one way to go: curiosity. And let me tell you how to do it. You open a book, you read first chapter, there'll be 5,000 names you don't know, there'll be 5,000 words you don't know, you still go through it. You still get an idea of what they're talking about. Okay, now pick up something that really caught your eye. For example, there was, what kind of example should I give you? Something controversial. Let's take Fidel Castro. Now you really want to know who this person was. You were reading something about Cuban Missile Crisis, but you're now interested in Fidel Castro as a person. So you go about it, you read about his whole term and stuff, and from there you go to his origins. From there you go to United States. From there you go to Cuba or whatever, wherever you want to go for that. Now, because you were curious, you have emotions attached to it. Because you were so into it that, oh my god, who this person was, this feels very interesting. So now you want to read about that person. And trust me, you will remember things about that person because you have searched it. And it's not that you were made to read that thing, okay? So if you want to get knowledgeable about a subject, and I'm talking to myself, by the way, so please don't take me as an expert. So I'm just throwing ideas at myself. I'm just literally just thinking. There's no script in front of me. I'm not reading anything. I'm just thinking what I can do, because I really want to be somebody who knows something, because it honestly feels very bad to be in a world where I'm a journalism student and I don't even know things, what's happening around. I need to be more educated on more subjects. So this is how we're going to do, and let's make a plan now. So now I'll take up books. I'll take up newspaper, number one, because that's the easiest way to start. So you take a newspaper, you just take the front page, read all those news in the headlines on the first page because they are the main priority right now in the country. And then you read the world page because that is a priority in the world. Now I want you to understand every news, the depth of every news that's happening on the front page and the world page. That is it. We don't have to go in editorials right now because they are opinions and we don't have an opinion right now. So how are we able to read other people's opinions? Because we don't even know the case. So first know the case and then go for the opinion. So we're going to do that for like a week and then let's see what happens from there. And obviously read whatever you can read. Read blogs, read books, because because when you read something, people have put so much effort into that one book. So why not actually make use of it? So yeah, read. I don't think I have anything else to say, so I will take my exit from here. Bye bye. Cheek aa rahi hai. Until next time.